Yo, what's good? Next to Amolytics. Happy Friday, everybody. The 15th today. I'll give a little recap of Wednesday, then we'll move forward. Went 4 for 5 with the top five. Barger sold that, but Nimmo came through. Alonso came through. They shelled Carrasco there. And then B-Low came through and also had a homer. And then Betts came through out there against the Angels. We went 8 for 10 total wise for the top 10, four 1+ hits being Barger and Sanchez of Houston selling there. And then our home run pick, below, he got it done out there against the Athletics. And then Walker and Alonso did not homer there. Today I'll give my top five, and then my home run pick. Starting out, I like Carlos Correa of the Astros. Going against Brandon Young here. Someone who struggled, since he's came to the came up, got sent up, just got runs. And then, this just like the entire year, as a whole, has not been good. He's someone that we've attacked multiple times, given to OPS for lefties is a little bit higher, meaning that they got a higher on base percentage. But I believe this lineup can get to him at home here. Yeah, and Korea, no, he's just been hot since he, came back to Houston. He wanted to get traded back home. Did so. Has a hit in 9 out of 11 games that he's played since he's came over. I believe like 5 or 6 of those he has 2+ hits. And then I think he got the third day off against Boston on Wednesday. But has been hitting well. And I like him to keep it going here out in Houston. I also will double up there. I like Altuve too. Altuve has been hot as well. Been hitting quite well. They moved him into the leadoff spot there today, given that Pena's out. I believe Pena's like sick or something. So they move him into the leadoff spot when he's out. So he's there today. Correa's number 2. I like them both here. I'll speak to Altuve's. He went crazy against the Yankees as well. Didn't do much this last series against Boston, I will say. That was a weird spot for them. They, were at New York on Sunday, then, went straight home to face Boston, who they just swept. So, Boston was coming to, win some games there. I believe Houston still took the series, maybe 2-1. Might have been 2-1 there, or don't let me misspeak on that. But they have been playing well. And then this is just a pitcher that, I like to attack, and that I feel both of them at the top of that lineup can get to him. Next up, I like Bobby Witt of Kansas City. Going against Saval, the White Sox used to pitch for the Brewers, got traded. He's decent. I'm not going to lie, he's been pretty decent this year. Just got shelled last week against Cleveland at home, giving up 10 base runners, 9 earned. 0 home runs, though. Does give up more of a batting average to the right-hand side, where, Witt's batting from will have to deal with. So I like this for Kansas City. I'm kind of confused. I don't know if they're trying to push for a playoff spot or not. They're kind of stagnant. They did pick up Yaz, during the trade deadline, but I don't believe that, he's necessarily a piece to push you over. But I'm not sure what they're doing right now. I know, as a team, I believe they're better than the White Sox. So, this is a spot I like Witt, to come through here at home. Next up, I like Perdomo of the Diamondbacks going against Tanner Gordon. Just saw him last week in Arizona. I believe he got a hit there, went 1 for 3. Just looking at Gordon's game log, the past month. He did have a decent game against St. Louis. I believe that game, for some reason, I attacked him with Burleson, and the St. Louis just did nothing. But this Diamondbacks team's been hitting, for the past week or two. And to speak about Gordon, he was at Cleveland on the 29th of July, gave up 10 base runners, 6 earned, 1 home run there. Then Toronto showed him at home on the 4th for 11 base runners, 7 earned, 1 home run. And then Arizona just got to him last week, in which he gave up 12 base runners, 10 earned, 1 home run. I believe this is going to be a high-scoring game on both sides. I'm not just picking this game because of Arizona-wise, but I like this game to go over. I like this to be a high-scoring game. So, I feel that I have to attack here. And I believe Gordon's someone that I can attack. Perdomo's been, hot, over the course of his last like 10 games or so. They did just move him back into the leadoff spot, which I love. In his last 6 games, he has 2+ hits in 4 out of 6. Has a hit in his last, 3, 6, 9. His last 10 games. So I like this for Perdomo, and then I'm going to double up there. I like Marte of Arizona. Has been hitting well, too. I'll speak to his stats real quick. And is hitting right-handed pitching better than he has, over the course of his career this year. But over the course of his past 6 games, he has 4 games in which he has 2+ hits, and 5 extra base hits over the course of those 6 games. So, they're both, hitting well. Arizona as a team is hitting well. I know that I said that they sold at the deadline, which they did. But, I feel like they're just playing for pride at this point. And they were just, in the World Series 2 years ago. So it's not like it's just a horrible team, just not their year. But I believe that, they're going to score runs here, given the fact that I think Fox on the other side is going to give up runs. So they're going to have to put up runs here out in Colorado. Ball should be flying out there on both sides. But that is my top 5. I did say that in order, though. So you got Correa, Altuve, Witt, Perdomo, and then Marte for the top 5. Home run wise, I'm going straight back to that game out in Colorado. But the other side, I'm going Moniak of Colorado. Platoon, batter here. He's only gonna bat against right-handed pitching. Just homered last night. I believe when they faced Arizona last week, I chose Moniak, and I'm doubling back to this. I'm doubling back to this because I thought got hit up that game and gave up like 12 base runners, and let me see how much he gave up as far as earned runs. He might not give up that many. He gave up 3 earned runs there. Gave up 11 base runners. Just the ball wasn't being lifted. And I don't think that's going to be the case in Colorado by any means. I believe that he can get hit up here. Hasn't looked quite well over his last 4 starts. And so, as I said, I'm doubling back here at Moniak. I just took him against Fox a week ago, and I still like it. They got to him as a team, just, the ball wasn't being lifted, as I mentioned. But that's my top 5. That's my homer. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you want to be notified when I post, please subscribe and turn on your notifications, like, comment, share. Let's get this money.